Good morning, student. How are you? Today, I am here to discuss the whole syllabus of MSc second year. First, most of you might be knowing me, but let me introduce. I am Dr. Chavan, Associate Professor in Chemistry. My specialization area is organic chemistry, so specifically I am going to teach you the organic chemistry. Before starting this, let me congratulate all of you as well as on the behalf of chemistry department. I once congratulate all of you MSc second year because you are scored good mark in your previous class. Now you entered into as a second year MSc second year. So Savitribai Phule Pune University is introducing the new syllabus from this year. This is a 2-year postgraduate program in chemistry, that is a choice-based credit system syllabus 2019 pattern. 2019 pattern, remember, this is a 2019 pattern. It is of MSc chemistry part 2nd. The colleges affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University and implemented from academic year 2020-2021, but this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic all over the universe and most of the countries get affected due to that. Similarly, India also greatly affected by this COVID-19, and therefore first time we are meeting through digital media. So but let it be. Here the course CCTP 789 CCTP. What is the full form of that CCTP? Let me tell you here. CCTP, C stand for first, T stand for core, second C for compulsory, third T for theory, and P for paper. These are the paper number 7, 8 and 9. If you remember the word courses, second year there is a CHO 350, CHO 351, CHO 352, CHO 353, like that papers code numbers are there. So similarly now they change by this choice based credit system. So new course is a CCTP 789, that is a core compulsory theory papers. Now look at here CBOP3. CBOP3 means what? C stand for again as a choice, B stand for base, O for optional, and P for paper, that is a third number paper. So old course code is a CHO 353. Or now this year this is an optional subject, that is a choice based. So you have to choice, but there are two A and B choices are there. So the college, this college SHGM college Kopargaon choice or selected or chosen as a first one, A, protection, deprotection, chiron approach and carbohydrate chemistry, that is A. Or we can have another optional, designing organic synthesis and heterocyclic chemistry. So out of that two, we are selecting as a first one A, protection, deprotection, chiron approach and the carbohydrate chemistry. The reason behind why college chosen as a first one? Because protection, deprotection, if you remember in your previous classes, you might have learned somewhat about that one, protection, deprotection, as well as chiron approaches and the carbohydrates also. But this year, because most of you seem to be familiar with that protection and the deprotection, chiron approach and the carbohydrate, and that's why college this year decided that A is optional paper of this center. Second one, B, we kept for the option designing organic synthesis and heterocyclic chemistry. Now this is a whole course, and this whole course CBOP3 CHO 353A, protection, deprotection, chiron approach and carbohydrate, it is for 4 credit, and that total course, every course involves or consists 4 credit, and every courses has 2 sections. Here this optional paper also has 2 sections. Section number 1 deals with protection, deprotection and chiron approach. There are 2 credit for this first section and requires 24 lectures. 24 years stand for the 24 lecture required for completion of this topic, and plus 60 means tutorial. You may get the tutorial in a future, so you should complete that tutorial. So now if you look at this section first carefully, protection, deprotection, chiron approach. Now protection and deprotection, again this is a 1 point, it has a 1 credit, and chiron approach has also has a 1 credit, because for completion of this protection and deprotection require the 12 lectures, and chiron approach also required equal number of lectures, that is a 12 lectures here. And suppose as a 12 lecture is a 1 credit, here also as a 1 credit, so total becomes as a 2 credit. Now section second deals with the carbohydrate chemistry, and this is a section number 2nd, so it has 2 credit and require 24 lectures to complete this course, and 24 lecture and 6 again as a tutorial. So that is again carbohydrate has a 2 credit weightage, the very one. And now, so these are the syllabus we are going to learn here. Now there are some references for studying these courses, which are the book you have to refer. So for references are given here. Number 1, Green's Protective Group in Organic Synthesis. This book is written by Peter G.M. and some other authors are there, but here just remember as some few references I have given that are the important as far as this point is concerned. And next one is Organic Chemistry by Claydon. Everybody know that in a Claydon also there are the 4 authors, and this book is a very good book because the concept of chemistry is very nicely given in that book, so you have to refer that book. Third, Modern Organic Synthesis and Introduction by George. This is also as a one very good book for this covering these topics. Fourth one is Advanced Organic Chemistry Part B, that is Corey and Sundberg. That is also as a very good book for protection and deprotection. Then for chiron approach in organic synthesis by H. Hanesian. So here you will get all the information about that chiron approaches. Next one is a carbohydrate chemistry. Carbohydrate chemistry also nicely given in you can refer as a organic chemistry, which is written by Morrison Boyd. That is one of the best reference book you have to refer for that carbohydrate. And another one for carbohydrate, second one is IL Finar volume 2nd. So in that book also carbohydrate chemistry, their introduction and synthesis, nomenclatures, everything is nicely given in that book. So you have to refer, these are the reference book while studying this course. So first of all, this is the syllabus. Now the nature of your exam pattern, because this is a semester, this is a semester 3, right? This is a semester 3rd one, and in this semester you have to complete the syllabus within the limited time, so that this semester number 3, so this include as a 353 are choice based optional paper, semester 3rd one, and these are the reference books. So the nature, what we are talking about, the nature of the your exam pattern. So this is a semester system. So 3rd semester internal, continuous internal evaluation means tests are there, tutorials or whatever test. So it has a weightage 30 mark, and your external university exam will be of 30 mark, will be of 70 mark. Internal has weightage maximum mark is 30, and university exam that is the 7, total is becomes as a 100. So out of 100 you should require the maximum 40 mark for passing. So internal, so how much mark is required? Suppose as here is a out of 30 you may get as a 16, and here may be as a 24. So total become as a 14, I think 14, and here is a 28 or something. Let me 12 mark out of the 30, and here is a out of 70 you must get as a 28, and then total becomes as a 40, means your result will be a pass. Suppose as a out of 30 if you get as a 11 and total you scored more than 40, there you should be as a fail there. So remember here, internal and external total becomes as a 40, and then you will be the pass in that exam. So this is a discussion about the syllabus as well as your exam pattern. Today let us start. First one is a protection and the deprotection. Let me clear this first, the protection and deprotection. What do you mean by the protection and deprotection? After that we will take the chiron approach, and after that carbohydrates. So first I am going to start as a protection and deprotection. So first one, what do you mean by the protection and deprotection? So protection group. What do you mean by the protection? Let me, here is just we are taking as an introduction of protection and the deprotection. So protection means what? Now we are facing the pandemic COVID-19. So everybody, the government as well as everybody wearing as a mask and similarly protection means what? The reaction carried at one center and another center remains intact or it does not require, and therefore for that purpose the temporary modification is required. Because in the organic chemistry there are the many functional groups are present, like that hydroxyl group, hydroxyl group is present in primary, secondary, tertiary as well as in phenol, pH, OH, that are the functional groups are present. Carbonyl is a functional group, aldehyde is a functional group, or carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-carbon triple bond, or ester group, carboxylic group, amine groups, lactone, lactam, amide. These are the various functional groups are there. If multifunctional groups are present in the organic compound, and most of the drugs are, most of the organic chemistry, they are the multi-step reactions are there. In multi-step reaction, if multifunctional groups are present, one of the functional group you should protect it, and whenever you desired, and then you can carry out the reaction, and after the completion of the reaction you should deprotect that group. So that is the meaning of, that is the introductory part of that protection group. Temporary modification of the functional group is known as a protecting group, and therefore when we are reaction is carried out at one center and the reaction does not require at another side, so that type of the group is called as a protecting group. So the ideal protecting group should be introduced under mild condition, should be carried out at reaction condition, transformation or necessary transformation, necessary carry out the transformation, should be removed under mild condition. These are the some of the point you should remember while talking about the ideal protecting groups. And after doing that protecting group at a reaction condition, let us see one example is here. For example, suppose we have this compound CS3, C double bond O, then CH2, C double bond O, then O, ET. ET stand for CH2 ethyl group, CH2 CS3. When this compound treated with, suppose first one pH MgBr, second one hydrolyze it H3O plus hydrolysis, what do you get? You will get here CS3, then here pH OH, then CH2 C OH pH, as well as in addition to that you will get CS3 C double bond O, then CH2, then C OH pH. In addition to that you will get CS3, then C OH pH, then CH2 C double bond O ET. These are the various products are present there. And protection and deprotection, when protections are carried out, one extra additional step is added there, and while removing, one extra step is required to deprotect it, and therefore the lot of pollution, or what we can call it as a additional reagent chemicals are required. So even though the synthetically for isolation or purification it is what we can call it as not useful, but most of our drugs are multi-step reactions are there, they containing as a many functional group. To achieve the proper desired product, we must carry out these steps, protection and deprotection, and we will get the our required product. And that's why this subject is very useful as per as your exam point of view is concerned, as well as after the completion of this MSc master degree you might be appearing, you are going to appear for many competitive exam like CSIR, UJC, NET, SET or other competitive exams are there, and for that purpose this paper, or though many of you might be thinking about your higher education for research, and for that purpose this is a paper which is a very useful or important for your bright future. If you look at this compound, you might be knowing this is one of the compound CS3 C double bond O CS2 C double bond OET. The name of this compound, this you can this is a carbonyl group, adjacent carbonyl group, we can call it as alpha. This one is a beta, and therefore it is commonly known as beta keto ester. Beta keto ester. At a beta position there is a carbonyl group is present, and that's why we can call it as a beta keto ester, or we can call it as a ethyl acetoacetate. EAA is known as a ethyl acetoacetate, or we can also call it as a acetoacetic ester. It is abbreviated as acetoacetic ester, or we can call it as a acetoacetic ester. So there are the various names, and this is a versatile synthon variety of the organic compound we can prepare by using this molecule, because this molecule containing as a CH2 group is known as a reactive methylene group. In your previous classes you might have learned this one concept of reactive methylene group, because it is present in between as a two carbonyl group. So the proton is a highly acidic in nature. By using as a mild basic condition, they get abstracted and form as a carbanion, and that carbanion will be attacking on any alkylation or acylation. We can do here, you can introduce, there is a formation of the carbon-carbon new bond, means you are synthesizing as a new molecule, and therefore it is a versatile synthon variety of the organic compound we can prepare by this one. But we are now here focusing, we are introduction about the protection and deprotection. If you compare between as a two carbonyl group, what do you think which one is a more reactive? And as we know that carbonyl group is a more reactive than the ester, and therefore this is a more electrophilic in nature than this. And when we are adding as a Grignard's reagent, so both carbonyl group is a tertiary alcohol. We know that Grignard's reagent is very how do you prepare the Grignard's reagent? We know that in this case PHMgBr means starting compound is a bromobenzene treated with the pure magnesium metal in presence of dry ether. Vigorous reaction takes place, and resulting complex formation is called as a Grignard's reagent, which is known as PHMgBr, and followed by hydrolysis we are getting, suppose treated with the aldehyde, we are getting as a secondary alcohol, and if it is treated with the ketone it gives the tertiary alcohol. If it is treated with ester also it gives the tertiary alcohol, and that's why we are getting here there is a tertiary alcohol, this is also as a tertiary alcohol, mean both the functional group get converted into as a some other tertiary alcohol. But we don't require, but we want to prepare this type of the compounds are there, and for that purpose we need to protect this group carbonyl, because it is more reactive. So you have to mask or protect this group by using the suitable reagent. First protected this and then carry out the reaction, so that you will get as a this type of the product. If you protect this. There are the various protecting groups are there. While studying the protection of carbonyl group, that time we will learn that things, we will study that one. And here what do you see? Here the ester group remains as a free as it is, but here it is impossible. But here you have to protect this group, or then and then you will get as this type of the compound. This is a general introduction of that protection and the deprotection, how it is useful, why we have chosen as this course is here. I think with this let us stop today here. Remaining we will see the next time. Thank you.